Good morning, YouTube land, and everybody out there. I am Amelia McHenry of Dodona Coaching, and we are about to get into our morning musings when we pull our card from Alana Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. It's a really beautiful deck and a lot of really great insights that come of it. And we're thinking about, as I shuffle the cards, I'm thinking about what do we all need to hear that will move us forward in our journey towards our big dreams, as we go for our big dreams, as we go for the life that is most aligned with who we are and what that divine spark within us is. And as I have said before, that divine spark is that bright light that was gifted to you because you bring qualities that nobody else can bring, in a combination that's unique to you, and you may be similar to others, but it's totally, it's you have it in your own way, in your own mixture, right? It's like somebody may have an extra grain of sugar or an extra grain of salt or extra grain of garlic or whatever. So you have your own mixture of what you bring to the table of this planet, this world, this society that we live in. And it's about aligning to that and not allowing yourself or your path to be dictated by others. And that happens to us a lot, where things happen in our youth, in our experiences. We're moving throughout this world. Things happen, and we react, and we get hurt, and we get small. And this is your opportunity to grow big again. See that whatever hurt you back then is no longer here. You've changed. The situation has changed. The people have changed, possibly, but you have capabilities that you didn't have when that originally happened. And you have learned and have gotten skills and can deal with more than you could before. You are an adult now. You are no longer a child. You are no longer under somebody's thumb. You are no longer required to meet someone else's expectations. It's about you. It's about you. And it's about what you want to do in this world. It's about what you want to, make happen. It's about being a little bit selfish in a good way, right? Not selfish in the nobody else matters kind of way, but selfish in that you deserve, period. You deserve. So, all right, let's pick our card. And receiving. Yeah, receiving. Let's take a look at what that is. This is a good card. I've gotten this one a couple of times. It's really important. So let's go ahead and read it. You are so loved. Your every need is witnessed and responded to by the universe. However, you sometimes forget this. You become swept up in the momentum of habitual consciousness, and you forget to take a moment to stop, breathe, and be. In that moment, you can receive the love of the universe that is receiving you. It will nourish you with contentment and energy. You have not done this enough. So your soul is becoming parched and is drying out. Energy has been going out of you, but there is not enough coming back in. It is time to bring something back in for you, to receive and be received. You are being offered a chance for restoration now, to feel nourished, cared for, and loved. Accept it. You deserve it. The healing process below will help you surrender any guilt or shame you feel for having needs in the first place. It will also help you overcome any struggle that you have receiving and accepting, so that your needs can be met. Do you know how much joy the universe gains from being able to give to you? When you delight in what you receive, when you openly embrace a gift and are so happy with it, the universe is fully received by you. In this space, there is joyful communion between you and life. Energy flows more freely and magic happens. When you demur, saying you cannot accept, that it is too great a gift, or that you are not worthy, you are impeding that flow. You are inhibiting the communion, the connection, the playful interaction between you and the universe. Enough with the false modesty and guilt. You are a radiant sun in human clothing. An exquisite life experience is your birthright. Enjoy it. Soak it up. All of it, including the restoration of sacred rest. From that place of nourishment, you will more effortlessly create, live, and love with greater energy and thriving, pulsing passion. The earth rests each night so that it can greet the sun again each morning with the spectacular living art of sunrise. Allow yourself to switch off. Step away, close the laptop, switch off the phone, and just be with yourself for a little while. You will return and be more efficient and effective. Rest now. Play now. Work later. Forget your worries for a while. Switch off. Do something else. Let it all go, and it will all flow. And in the healing process, take a breath. Say aloud, I release all false guilt and shame about having needs and all false beliefs about rest being wasteful or unnecessary. I accept healthy, productive, sacred rest and the gifts of happiness that it brings. I understand that rest and activity, balance, feed, and nourish each other. There is a sacred healing that happens through rest, which is very powerful. I accept, and receive this now. Through unconditional love, this is now so. Then read this story aloud as though you were lovingly reading it to yourself as a child. Sorry. So let me write that again. Then read this story aloud as though you were lovingly reading it to yourself as a child. You may want to curl up comfortably on the sofa. The great French Impressionist painter Monet sat in his garden on a warm afternoon. He was napping lightly on his garden bench, with the sunlight dappling gently through the straw hat resting over his face. It was soft and warm on his closed eyelids. He sighs contentedly. A nosy neighbor poked his head over the fence, keen to know what the brilliant artist was up to now. "Sir, are you resting?" the curious neighbor called out. "No," responded Monet, wriggling to get even more comfortable on his reclining garden chair. "I am working." He relaxed further as the mild breeze tickled the hair on his forearms. Monet returned to his garden the next day, consumed by the urge to translate his feelings onto the canvas. He painted with great energy and focus. He was inspired, and the paint flowed. Again, the noisy neighbor poked his head over the fence. He called out, "Sir, are you working?" "No," said the artist, barely pausing with his brush. "I am resting." When you are done, give yourself a hug and perhaps have a nap or a cup of tea, or do a little dance around your living room, or paint, relax, go for a walk in the park, or do a spot of window shopping. Just be, play, laugh, relax. Give yourself what you feel you need at this time. If you aren't certain, that's fine. Guess. And know that the more often you do this, the more skilled you will become in identifying and meeting your needs. Receiving. It's all about allowing yourself to be. She even said in here, you are the divine sun. You are that divine sun. And even the sun rests a little bit. Or the earth rests a little bit to gather the sun. You are worth it. You deserve it. You are allowed to take some time for yourself. In that story of Monet, he was working when he was resting. What happens is when you give your mind the opportunity to settle and just not think of anything, it's actually doing a lot of work. It's actually putting things together in ways that if you focused on them, they would never fit. So take a few moments today to go outside. Spring is coming in the northern hemisphere. Fall is coming in the southern hemisphere. Feel the sun. What's the quality of the warmth from the sun? Is it warm going into crisp down south? Is it crisp moving into warm up north? What's the quality? Enjoy. Breathe the fresh spring air. Give your mind a moment of just some space. I have a mentor that says, give yourself space for space, because that's when everything mixes together really well. Kind of like soup, a minestrone soup especially. The longer it sits, the better it gets, but it has to sit. You can't keep stirring it. It has to sit. So with that, go be restful, be mindful today. Your big dream and you deserve it. And remember, keep your eyes on the horizon, your hands on the wheel, and your foot on the gas, baby. Let's do this.